Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Wisconsin Badgers, Barry Alvarez Field at historic Camp Randall Stadium, where we are looking forward to a fantastic battle. A Big Ten showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Clemson Tigers taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Wisconsin Badgers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Clemson will kick off to get us underway.
AMJ. See Verdance, they brought Verdance back. Verdance is back.
He'll bring it out. It's Barry Johnson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped in the 15. A first down for the offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. So you get stuffed on first down, and now you have the offensive coordinator thinking a little bit.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to throw it now on this second play. But what are we going to see defensively? Now that they know we're throwing, might they blitz us? Do I have to lead?
In the heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Trying to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking to throw, it's Jordan. Dumps it to the back. Touchdown, Clemson! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fielded in the end zone. It's Barry Johnson. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
The run from the shotgun. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
On second down, wants to throw. And the ball is picked off. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33. First down here for the offense. Leaves it with the back. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his picks.
Got it in the middle. It's Amato. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on third down and in the red zone. If this defense gives up a couple more third down conversions like that, they're going to be in for a very unpleasant film session.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the run. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
To the air on first down. Got his man quickly. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
How many first downs is that just on this drive? We're going to have to get the training staff to give some IVs and get some bananas, and we better stay hydrated because at this rate, the defense is going to play way too many snaps.
They're setting up the screen. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
Fires into traffic, it's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area, the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into it for a quarterback, they're smaller and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offensive QB set the goal.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Griffin. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with 2nd and short.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
Really good-looking run right there. He reminds me of one of the greatest Wisconsin players of all time, Heisman Trophy winner Ron Dayne, who's a teammate of mine with the New York Giants, and he was so good at being patient and setting up blocks. This guy shows that patience. He just takes his time and carves his way through the defense.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Fires to the big fella. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. They'll try to run for it. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The Badgers are rolling down the field. Running back goes in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down. Throws to the tight end. It's caught. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. They'll throw it from the red zone. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
On second down, he'll fire. Catch in the middle, it's Griffin. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Looking to throw it again. And they will score! Touchdown, Badger! He'll try to tack on one more. The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Coming out with it, it's Bland. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. First down here for the offense. Back to throw, it's Jordan. Makes his connection.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
After that last completion, it's second down. Unloads quickly. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Really nice run there. This guy's so exciting to watch when he's out in the open field. Kind of reminds me of old Clemson greats like C.J. Spiller and Travis Etienne. When they got into the second level, you just held your breath because you thought there was a chance they could break it off for a touchdown. This guy has that same dynamic playmaking ability.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. Snagged in the middle. It's Harper.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with the quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Quick strike complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Tackled after picking up the first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Gets it out quickly. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To the air, it's Jordan. Steps away to find some room. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Clemson.
And And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Miami is just getting blown off the field today. This has been a gong show since the opening. Fat L right now. They're trailing by 28 to Kentucky. On right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Setting up the screen. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be a great job throwing the screen, almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
They've got it out to the 34 after getting 5 there. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. He wants to throw. He's taking the shot. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
What?
Trying to make magic with his feet. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. And the Badgers have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Oh, he's so hard to get on the ground. He's got room. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Comes out throwing on first down. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Man, what a nice run by the Q. Great job exploding, getting upfield, and then smartly getting out of bounds. And, man, how hard is it to stop an offense with a guy at the quarterback spot that's so dynamic?
Just when they're looking run, now up top. He's got the tight end. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
He got it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. Trailed a little bit in the first half. Stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Fielded in the end zone, it's Plant. And the returner will be knocked down. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And now they've lost the ball here. What in the world was he doing? Where was he going? And they get him for a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they did.
He'll signal for and make the fair catch right around midfield. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quarterback will audible. Going up top on first down. Showing the arm strength to the left. And he makes the catch inside the 20. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. They love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. Never a doubt. Wait a second, there's a flag on the field. Let's check that one out. So they'll decline the penalty. Pleased with the results of that last play. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. On first down, here comes this offense. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to kind of get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
On second down, coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Badger. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
You open a drive like that, and the entire playbook opens up on first down from the 44. Oh, he wants it all. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Hand off to Jones. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Going to try to get it himself. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
There's nothing more annoying defensively than this. You got a guy bottled up, great coverage, boom. He escapes out of it, pulls a rabbit out of a hat. Next thing you know, he scrambles, gets a 1st down. Now I got a new set of problems I got to deal with.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. He's looking to throw. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Wisconsin! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Ready to fire from the pistol. Hands it off. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive on 3rd down. Throws for the tight end. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
Oh, man. Quarterback almost just threw his 2nd interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked up.
So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Running it back, it's Barry Johnson. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute with.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Here's the handoff. They'll stop him at the 31. Let's mark it off at 5 yards, and that will be a 1st down.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Feeling some heat. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
That is an awesome play up front right there, crashing that play in the backfield. And it's funny, you know, you think back to Clemson. Remember when Trevor Lawrence won a national title his true freshman year? It wasn't necessarily about Trevor Lawrence. They won that title because of their defensive dominance, especially on the D-line. That may have been the best D-line we've ever seen in college football. And I tell you, sometimes this dude looks like he could start on that D-line. He's that talented.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits on this guy.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Badgers will bring the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got it.
And start playing like a unit on this drive.
Suddenly, after that last big play, they're on the move. 1st and 10 from the 44. Pulls it in. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down.
Well, the offense is trying to make it one-on-one with a much smaller DB and is able to make the catch for a big game.
And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Looking for a man. It's Jordan. Quickly complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sideline. You got to throw first.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
I don't know why you don't run the ball there on 3rd and short. You decided that you're going to try to catch the defense off balance by throwing it. Now you set yourself up for 4th down.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air.
God.
Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
I'll tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive, and this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the 4th quarter.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff, where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I love defenses that can tackle the catch. Right away, you're not giving up any yak. As soon as that player has the ball, he goes down now.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. And the Badgers will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Cover guys getting down to do their job, and they'll stop him at the 15. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Oh, he would have loved to pick up a few more yards on that return, and they've still got it at the 31. We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. Leaves it with the running back. And he'll pick up the 1st down after a tough run there.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side of the 50, and on your very first play, you break off a long run. This defense right now is playing on their heels late.
Got some room, headed to the goal line.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load. He has delivered for his offense all game long.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready.
Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say this guy's going to be getting a helmet sticker. That now his second interception of the game. He has just been lights out here today.
That pass is incomplete.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field.
He's going for the big play. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. If we get the interception, this one's almost over.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Let's see what they've got on second down. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Well, no surprise. I mean, with the way they're running the ball early in this game, they're just going to keep doing it. And they're just not hammering out 2, 3, 4-yard gains. They're gashing this defense. You saw it right there.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. From the shotgun, the inside give. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
They make the tackle at the 22. We'll give him 5 yards on the play. It'll be enough for a first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things they're going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.